2, 3, 4. Hey there, folks. It's Jimmy Stewart here, hoping this is finding you all doing well. Well, today's Thursday, and that means LP Thursday. Yeah, I wanted to feature a couple of the guitars that I haven't played much recently. I've been messing with my single coils and doing my offsets and all that kind of stuff. But I bought these a couple of years ago. Now, let me explain. These are both from Firebird Music. These are the Firefly FFLP'S. Now, since they first came out with these, let's look at this one here. This one was from the first batch of the LPs that they released in the fall of 2019. Now, I know they did a student package. It was like a student beginner guitar package back in 17, but that was a bolt-on neck LP. It was a silver burst, and it came with a small amplifier and some picks and a strap and a cord. And it was, based for the student package type of thing. They sold them briefly in 2017, and then there was no LP from Firebird. And then in the fall of 2019, they came out with the proper Les Paul, a set neck. It was in October of 2019, and this was the first batch. This is the first batch, and this was called the Olive Green. They have since released these in the last couple of years, and they call it Trampus Green, but it's not quite the same. They've changed them up, and this is the first batch Olive Green from October of 2019. As you can see on these headstocks, and I'll show you the difference, this had the sort of rounded headstock, a little bit bigger. It had the JSN logo up here in the gold. And so after that, in January of 2020, they released the second batch of the LPs. And this one is from that second batch. And this is when they decided to go and deviate a little bit. They started calling the standard type of LP like this one, they started calling these a classic, and then they came out with an elite version. And the elite version had changed a little bit as well. The difference in the elite is that it had bindings on both sides of the guitar. This has got the single binding on the front, but it had binding along here. It also had binding around the headstock, and it had a fret marker here on the first fret. The classics do not have that. And then you can see that they changed up the headstocks on these. So if you look at the very first batch version, you can see how it's rounded. You can see on this one now it's got some carvings out there. They've replaced the JSN logo with the diamond inlays here. And that was kind of what they did as far as changing them up. Again, they went to an elite and a classic version, this being the classic. This is the first transparent orange from that batch. It's the first time they released this particular color. And again, this has changed since then as well. Again, these were January 20. They've come out with a couple of batches of this since, and the color is different. And this also had what was called the Elite pickups. These are the uncovered humbuckers. These were manufactured by the same plant that does the ESP models. So these are a little bit hotter than what was in the covered models from the first batch. Again, remember, guitars at this price point, you won't get the consistency in pickups that you would normally get perhaps if you go to a $500, $600, $700 and up dollar guitar. Some of the pickups will be a little less output than some of the pickups that you might have. So it depends on which guitar that you get, the batch that you get it from. I think the pickups sound good in both of these. I have not got another Les Paul since then. There's been plenty of them out there. In fact, as I looked today on GuitarGardens.com, they don't sell these. They've never sold these on Amazon. They've only sold them through GuitarGardens.com, which is their particular website for Firebird and Firefly guitars. Just type in www.guitargardens.com and it'll bring it up. There's new versions of these out now, some with spalted tops and some different bursts and all that kind of stuff. So again, check it out if you get a chance, if you're in the market for a Les Paul. I think it's one of the better low-cost Les Pauls out there. Really is. A lot of people like the IYVs, and I love IYV guitars, I really do. I haven't bought one of their Les Pauls, and the reason for that is that the only one I've found available the only one I found available for sale through Amazon from IYV is a green, looks like a Kermit green type of Les Paul. I don't really like the color, but a lot of people like them. So you can check those out as well. But as far as I've seen, as far as I've played, these LPs from Firebird Music are really well done. I like them both. They have a different sound, as perhaps you listened to when you heard the opening clip there. I was just trying to do a little bit of demo to show you both guitars under the same situation. So I opened up with the T.O. Orange, laying down that backing track, just making up a backing track, sort of a blues thing. I used the RC5 loop station from Roland to lay that down, and then just did a couple of lead things over the top using both guitars so you could kind of hear the difference. Now, if you have not checked out the full reviews I did of these guitars, I will put up a couple of links for you to take a look at. One will be for the T.O. Orange, if you'll take a look here. Check it out. Again, it's an older version of the guitar. The newer versions are out. It might not look the same, might not even have the same pickups, but you get a general idea of what's going on. And then obviously the very first batch, which was the olive green, I also did a review on, and you can check out the link up here. So, LP Thursday. Let's have a listen to them, shall we? Alright, so let's try some tones. We'll try this one here, and again, this is the first batch, olive. Alright, let's see. 2, 3, 4. that is the first batch olive green Les Paul from the good folks at Firebird Music. Let's have a listen to the second batch, transparent orange classic LP from those folks at Firebird. 1, 2, 3, 4. don't play the Les Pauls that much recently, and even when I was playing, I didn't play Les Paul very often. The one that I did play is my Les Paul Jr. Much lighter guitar. These are pretty heavy. These are up in that 8.5, 9 pound, maybe even more. They're pretty heavy. I think the olive one, let me see. Well, they're both heavy, but I think the olive, this one here is actually heavier than this. By a little bit anyway, but they're, they're in that 8.5, 9 pound, maybe a little bit more. So I tend to play lighter guitars these days. I like the sound of single coils. I like P90s better than I like humbuckers to begin with. So I tend to play other guitars. I like them, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer different pickups. I prefer a lighter guitar. But anyway, I wanted to get them out today and show you some LP Thursday stuff. These are available, not these particular guitars, but one similar. The newer breed of Firefly FFLP'S are now available on guitargardens.com. So if you want to check them out, please do. I think they're, I don't know what their pricing right now is. I think they're around $189, $199. They're still, sub 200. But then when you add shipping and what have you, they're going to be over 200. But still very well done from the folks at Firebird Music in the Firefly FFLP. Check them out if you get a chance and you're in the market for a new LP style guitar. So it was just a quick visit the LPs. Haven't given them any love recently, so I wanted to show them to you. Obviously, if you're in the market, check out www.guitargardens.com and see what's available on the LPs from the good folks at Firebird Music. Jimmy Stewart saying thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you're still on the fence, come on over to the good side. Would love to have you on board. And until next time, Jimmy Stewart saying so long. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And we'll talk to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye for now.